Have you noticed that most people work every day, but are still in the same place? They wake up early, hit traffic, work hours, come home tired, and at the end of the month, the money just disappears. Now you answer me, if effort was enough to get rich, wasn't everyone supposed to be rich? But that's not what happens. And there is a very clear reason for this. The truth is simple, and at the same time uncomfortable. Most people have never been taught to make real money. They were trained, from a young age, to obey. Go well in school, get good grades, get a stable job. But no one has taught how to build wealth. No one has taught how to make money work for you. And this is exactly where the difference between those who live in the automatic and those who build freedom begins. Because there are two types of people in the world, those who exchange time for money, and the ones that build systems that generate money, even when they're not working. Now think about it. If you stop working today, does the money keep coming in? If the answer is no, you have no income, you have a job. And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a limit. You will never progress depending on your time alone, because your time is limited. But there is a key turn, and it starts with a question. How do I make money work for me? The moment you start thinking like this, everything changes. You stop being an executor and start thinking like a builder. And people who build control the game. Now let me show you a mistake that almost everyone makes. When the person earns more money, what does he do? It increases the standard of living. Buy more expensive things, change cars, increase expenses. And in the end, she's still trapped. That has a name. Rat race. You earn more, spend more, and stay in the same place. Meanwhile, people who really get rich do the opposite. They increase income, but keep the standard of living in control. And they use the difference to invest, to build assets. But what are active? Assets are things that put money in your pocket. It could be a business, investments, real estate, digital content, anything that generates income. Now, passives do the opposite. They take money from your pocket. And most people live by hoarding liabilities, thinking they're active. Expensive car, new cell phone, branded clothing. None of this makes you rich. It just makes you look rich. And there's a huge difference between looking and being. Rich people buy freedom. Ordinary people buy cigarettes. Now let me tell you something that could completely change your vision. Money is a consequence of value. The more value you generate, the more money you make. Simple as that. If you want to increase your income, you need to increase the amount you deliver. It could be learning a skill. It might be solving a problem. It might be funny, something other people want. But the point is, the market pays for solutions, not effort. And that changes everything. Because from that, you start to think differently. You stop asking, how much will I earn per hour? And he starts asking, how much value can I generate? And it opens doors that most never even see. Now, there is another factor that separates those who grow up from those who stand still. Mentality. Most people are afraid to take risks. Fear of losing. Fear of trying something new. But here's the reality. You're already taking risks. You just don't understand. Being in the same place is also a risk. Having a single source of income is also a risk. Not learning anything new, it's also a risk. The difference is that this type of risk is silent. He doesn't hurt now, but he snakes dearly afterwards. Now, people who grow up understand that. They take calculated risks. They test, make mistakes, learn, adjust, and continue. Because they know the biggest mistake is not trying. Now think about it. Everything you want is on the other side of something you haven't done yet. And that includes money. Now let's talk about something practical. How to start. First, organize your financial life. If you don't know where your money is going, you'll never be in control. Second, start creating extra income. Today there are thousands of shapes. Internet, services, sales, content creation. The important thing is not where to start, and start. Third, invest, even if it's little. Because the game is not about quantity, it's about consistency. And time is your greatest ally. Now let me tell you something that few people understand. Getting rich is not about luck. It's about behavior. These are repeated decisions. Every day, small choices that accumulate over time. While some spend, others invest. While some complain, others learn. While some wait, others do. And in the long run, it creates an absurd difference. Now maybe you're thinking, but that takes time. Yes, it takes time. But you know what also takes time? Remain poor. The difference is that one path takes you forward, and the other one keeps you locked up. So the question is not, how long does it take? The question is, where does this path take me? And that answer changes everything. Now, pay attention to this. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to get started with what you have, the way it goes, but start. Because nobody who won started early, everyone started lost. Wrong. Trying, but continuing. And that's what separates those who get there from those who give up halfway through. Now imagine, 1 year from now, if you start today, your life may be completely different. More income, more freedom, more control. But that only happens if you act. Because knowledge without action does not change anything. Now tell me, you will continue living in the automatic, or will you start building your freedom? The choice has always been yours.